I could go back in my life,
If I could go back in my life.
if I could go back in my life and do some things differently, this is what I would do.
If I could go back in my life and do some things differently, this is what I would do.
I would not waste so many hours in front of the television set.
I would not waste so many hours in front of the television set.
I would get out and enjoy my life rather than watching actors and
I would get out and enjoy my own life, rather than watching actors in shows. I would get out and enjoy my own life, rather than watching actors in shows.
I would be a little more considerate of other people.
I would be a little more considerate of other people. I would be a little more considerate of other people.
I would realize that my mother has more to do than pick up after me.
I could realize that my mother has more to do than pick up after me.
I would pay more attention in school.
I could pay more attention in school. I could pay more attention in school.
Tests are easier when you have paid attention rather than fooling around in class.
Tests are easier when you have paid attention rather than fooling around in class.
I would save more money rather than spend it on useless things.
I could save more money. I would save more money rather than spend it on useless things. I could save more money rather. I could save more money rather than spend it on useless things.
I would read more.
I would read more. I would read more. I would read more. I would read more. I would read more.
Reading is enjoyable, and it opens the doors into all kinds of wonderful places, both real and imagined.
Reading is enjoyable, and it opens the doors into all kinds of wonderful places, both real and imagined. Reading is enjoyable, and it opens the door into all kinds of wonderful places, both real and imagined.
I would learn to play an instrument.
I would learn to play an instrument. I would learn to play an instrument. I could learn to play an instrument.
Music is always appreciated if it is played well.
Music is always appreciated if it is played well. Music is always appreciated if it is played well.
I would eat better food.
I would eat better foods.
I would try to stay healthy through my diet and exercise.
I would try to stay healthy through my diet and exercise. I would try to stay healthy through my diet and exercise.
I would take more pictures and I would keep a journal.
I would take more pictures and I would keep a journal.
Memories are very precious.
Memories are very precious.
I would take the time to listen to what people have to say.
I would take the time to listen to what people have to say. I would take the time to listen to what people have to say.
People appreciate a good listener.
People appreciate a good listener. People appreciate a good listener. People appreciate a good listener.
I would take the time to enjoy each day as it comes.
I would take the time to enjoy each day as it comes. As it comes. I would take the time to enjoy each day as it comes.
Sometimes I am so busy looking forward to what is coming.
Sometimes I am so busy looking forward to what is coming up. Sometimes I am so busy Sometimes I am so busy looking forward to what is coming up.
Yeah, that I don't take the time to enjoy the day that I am living.
That I don't take the time to enjoy the day that I am living in. That I don't take the time to enjoy the day that I am living in.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I could go back in my
That's what I would do if I could go back in my life.
In fact, I think I'll just make a habit of doing all of those things all through my life.
In fact, I think I'll just make a habit of doing all of those things all through my life. In fact, I think I'll just make a habit of doing all of those things all through my life.
Joking.
Joking
is good.
Joking is good.
Jokes can be very funny.
Jokes can be very funny.
Jokes can also be hurtful.
Jokes can be very hurtful.
Jokes can be tasteless.
Jokes can be tasteless too. Jokes can be tasteless too. Jokes can be tasteless too.
It is not an easy thing to find jokes that do not offend anyone.
Is it not an easy thing to find jokes that do not offend anyone? Is it not easy? Is it not an easy thing to find jokes that do not offend anyone?
Some jokes make fun of different races.
Some jokes make fun of different race. Some jokes make fun of different race. Though jokes are not funny. Though jokes are not funny.
They are hurtful.
They are hurtful.
It is not right to tell racist jokes.
It is not right to tell racist jokes. It is not right to tell racist jokes.
Many jokes use bad language or are about questionable subject matter.
Many jokes use bad language or are about questionable subject matter.
These jokes are also not acceptable.
These jokes are also not acceptable.
Many people are highly offended by rude jokes.
Many people are highly offended by rude jokes.
What some people find funny, others will not.
What some people find funny, others will not.
Comedy is a very personal thing.
Comedy is a very personal thing. Comedy is a very personal thing.
Some people like slapstick comedy.
Some people like slapstick comedy. Some people like slapstick comedy.
That is the kind of comedy that the Three Stooges use.
That is kind of comedy that the three stooges use. That is the kind of comedy that the Three Stooges use.
Some people like very subtle humor.
Some people like very subtle humor. Some people like very subtle humor. Some people like very subtle humor.
Some people laugh at just about anything.
Some people will laugh at just about anything. Some people will laugh at just about anything.
Sometimes it is not appropriate to laugh, but you feel like laughing anyway.
Sometimes it is not appropriate to laugh, but you feel like laughing anyway. Sometimes it's not appropriate to laugh, but you feel like laughing anyway.
Did you ever see anyone fall down?
Did you ever see anyone fall down? Did you ever see anyone fall down?
Did you feel like laughing when they fell down?
Did you feel like laughing when they fell down? When they fell down? Did you feel like laughing when they fell down?
You were probably worried that they had hurt themselves.
You were probably worried that they had hurt themselves.
Yet the way that they fell was so funny that you felt like laughing.
Just the way that they fell was so funny that you felt like laughing. Just the way that they fell was so funny that you felt like laughing.
It's not funny when someone falls, but you can't help but laugh even though you try to hide it.
It's not funny when someone falls, but you can't help but laugh even though you try to hide it. It's not funny when someone falls, but you can't help but laugh even though you try to hide it.
Jokes and comedy differ from culture to culture.
Jokes and comedy differ from culture to culture.
Many people from other countries come here and don't understand our comedy.
Many people from other countries come here and don't understand our comedy. Many people from other countries come here. Many people from other countries come here and don't understand our comedy.
Jokes and comedies are often geared toward our environment.
Jokes and comedies are often geared toward our environment.
Sometimes comedians make fun of the things that we do in our day-to-day lives.
Sometimes comedians make fun of the things that we do in our everyday lives. Sometimes comedians make fun of things that we do in our everyday lives,
like going to the bank or going grocery shopping.
like going to the bank or going grocery shopping, like going to the bank or going grocery shopping.
We can all relate to that.
We can all relate to that. We can all relate. We can all all relate to that. We can all relate to that. We can all relate to that.
Being a comedian is not an easy job.
Being a comedian is not an easy job. Being a comedian is not an easy job. Being a comedian is not an easy job. Being a comedian is not an easy job. Being a comedian is not an easy job.
Telling jokes and making people laugh is extremely difficult.
Telling jokes and making people laugh is extremely difficult. Telling jokes and making people laugh is extremely difficult.
Jokes are fun, and they are funny if they are good.
Jokes are fun, and they are funny if they are good. Jokes are fun, and they are funny if they are good.
Jokes can get you into a lot of trouble if they are inappropriate.
Jokes can get you into a lot of trouble if they are inappropriate. Jokes can get you into a lot of trouble if they are inappropriate.
And sometimes they're just not funny and nobody laughs.
And sometimes they are just not funny and nobody laughs. And sometimes they are just not funny and nobody laughs. And sometimes they are just not funny and nobody laughs.
Here's a joke.
Here is joke. Here is a joke. Here is joke. Here is joke.
Why does the cow wear a bell?
Why does the cow wear the bell?
Because its horns don't work.
Because its horns don't work. Because its horns don't work. Because its horns don't work.
Do you get it?
Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it?
Do you think it is fun? Funny? Well, maybe it's not that funny.
Well, maybe it's not that funny. Well, maybe it's not that funny.
I told you that it was difficult being a comedian.
I told you that it was difficult being a comedian.
Drugs.
Drugs.
There are two different types of drugs. There
are two different types of drugs. There are different types of drugs. There are different types of drugs.
There are legal drugs, and there are illegal drugs.
There are legal drugs and illegal drugs. There are legal drugs and illegal drugs.
Drugs. Legal drugs are the type of drugs that the doctor gives you when you are sick. Illegal